So let us today talk about the history of yoga and Vedic knowledge. What is the tree? In presentation front of you, what is the Vedic knowledge or the history of yoga? How yoga came in existence or from where yoga started? So if we understand that yoga is predate somewhere time unknown, but it is mentioned in Vedas. Now, what is Veda? Veda word is coming from the knowledge. So, Veda means the knowledge. Now, what is knowledge? Today, we are going to school, college for knowledge. But here, that is not the knowledge what we are trying to understand in the Veda. Knowledge is only one, that is to know your true self. Rest all are the informations or acquaintance or what we call Vidya. Vidya, education. This is body, this is house, this is roof, this is floor, these are clothes, this is man, this is woman. These are the information, acquaintance, and education. This is science, this is physics, this is history, this is chemistry, this is law. So, still, there is always a question with the human beings: who am I? Like, what is the ultimate luxury of human life? When in the Western world people become full of the materialistic requirements, they started searching something, they started research, more and more research, then still they were not satisfied. They started going back into the primitive kind of lifestyle, like hippies. They were trying to torn their own pants. They were trying to make their clothes shorten and shorten. They were again trying to go into the nude beaches and all that. Still, they were not satisfied. They were trying to collect all the best possible luxuries in the world. But lastly, these all things still human being is not contented, satisfied, or can say that yes, I know everything. The last question which was raised by the rishis, maharishis, yogis, what they were asking, who am I? This is the spiritual question, and spirituality is the ultimate luxury of human life. Following a particular sect or belief could be a path towards the ultimate spirituality. A belief is heading towards the spirituality. Any religion, any belief is possible to take you to the ultimate luxury. A person who is hungry will not be interested in your yoga or your knowledge or who am I. Hungry person needs the bread, food. So, how this Vedic knowledge started? In front of you, this is a beautiful table. So, this Vedic knowledge, once a master, a rishi, maharishi, mahayogi, discovered something out of his own tapasya, on tapa, own deep fiery practice of meditation, dhyana, he started getting some direct connection from the higher consciousness. When that knowledge started flowing into the rishi, rishi became an instrument. And then through instrument, the knowledge start flowing, and instrument was able to speak like we are able to speak. So what we normally speak, whatever we accumulate the informations. So Rishi was connected to the higher, and Rishi started speaking, and that speech, whatever was coming out, become Shasta. Shasta means the person who knows, and who is speaking now is a Shastra. Now, Shastra is translated into scripture, which is not very accurate. Scripture could be something, the collection of some informations or some book or something ancient book. Shastra means the knowledge in the form of certain uh, way of presentation in shloka, sutra, mantra, like that. So how this started? There were two methods. Today we got the printing. Now printing is also getting obsolete. When printing started, people were very happy. Whenever printing started, they were so glad that we started printing. Earlier people used to write. Now you can see you need not to write, you need not to print. Now you are sitting in your homes thousands of miles away, you are listening to me. This is called Shruti. The first word you can see in the table, Shruti, revealed absolute truth, every word unchanged eternally. Now Shruti means listening. The word Shruti, Shravana, has come from the word Shravana. Shravana means listening. So Shruti is the part or the important beginning of Shastra. That was the Shruti, where you directly receive the knowledge from the higher. When you get connected, you started listening. So there are many scriptures that talk about Shruti. For example, about 500 plus years back, there was great bhakti yogi Guru Nanak. What he said, that by listening you can attain the liberation. In my Yoga Ultimate Science, there is a chapter of Maun, silence. In that, this important part is given, Shruti. How Shruti can be really taking you connected with the higher. When you are free from all the colorings of the world, Shruti starts. This was the first part. Then from Shruti, what happened? Four major Shastra, Vedas started. Rigved, Yajurved, Sam and Atharved. You can see in the table the first four Vedas. Then these four Vedas, then they all four Vedas are in the different sections. Each Veda is divided into different section. You can see the first one is, let me enlarge it. Sometimes it is difficult to see when we are sharing. I'm going to make it enlarge and let us see if you can see it now. Now these four Vedas has got each Veda got the four sections. The first is Samhitas, which is collection of the mantras. Then Brahmans, the ritual part, explanation of mantras. Aranyak, these are the explanation with the divine connection. Aranya means the forest. When the Rishi was in the forest, connection happened. So they revealed in the jungle. Then Upanishad, this is also Gyan Kand, means the knowledge portion of your Vedas. Upanishads are often connected to the Vedanta, means now it is the completion of your knowledge. No more discussions needed. This was the last fourth part of Vedas. Then there are Upaveda. Upaveda means sub-Vedas, main Veda, and then like you have a chapter, then chapter has the title, then subtitle. So it is like Upaveda means the sub-Vedas. So there are four sub-Veda: Dhanurveda, which is related to the shooting the enemy or shooting the goal. It is like that, related to that knowledge. Ayurveda, the knowledge of life, healthy life, long life, and blissful life. Gandharva Veda, this is the knowledge of your kala, art, dancing, creation, creativity. Then Sthapyatya Veda, this is very important, what we call Vastu, which is very popular in China, called as Feng Shui. So this is originally Sthapya Veda. Somewhere it was told, I was reading somewhere, that Feng Shui is the outlet of Sthapya Veda, but Chinese do not accept it. They say, no, no, ours is different. But many of the things, what they call in energy, in your house, in your workplace, in your sleeping place, they are in Sthapya Veda. Sthapatya Veda, like that your house should have what kind of direction, how you should sleep, how you should make the prayers, how you should work, what way will be the energy really working in your favor, not against your goal. So Sthapatya Veda, but like when you are establishing in even in your living room and like that. So these are something very important. Then Vedanga, there are now parts of Veda also. So ritual details, kalpa, siksha, pronunciation, how to pronounce, grammar. Now Vyakaran grammar is so important, and this grammar is flawless. Sanskrit grammar is flawless, whereas we find many other languages may have some flaw, but there is no flaw. Then Nirkuta, etymology. Then Chandas, Chanda, meters, Jyotisha. Jyotisha is the astronomy, astrology. This is the part what we see here, astrology. So these are some of the parts of your Vedanga. So this was one portion. Now second came is the Smriti. Smriti means once the sage or the rishi or the maharishi or the master, they started composing the things, they started making the things, they started systematizing the things. So when they started systematizing the things, so they were like memorizing. Smriti is the memory, Shruti means listening and memory. Earlier, like a hard disk file transfer, hard disk is needed or the pen drive is needed for transfer of the file. Now no hard disk is also needed. If I have to transfer a file from my computer to your computer, nothing is needed except two things. Your computer should be on, my computer should be on, both computers should have capability for receiving and transmitting. So Smriti is something like that, Shruti is something like that. Shruti means listening, Smriti means memory. So once you listen, you store. So in those days, probably it is, we are talking of 10,000, 20,000 years back. We do not know how long it's this history, but it's quite old. Sometimes they say since time unknown. But modern type of people, they keep on talking many things out of that. So here you see different portions were arranged in Smriti, in the memory, like this ritual sutras, that how you have to make the yajna, how you have to work on that. They were having they are the part of the Vedas. Then Tantra. Now this Tantra here, how to realize the Supreme Lord, how to realize the Supreme Consciousness. Most of the time this Tantra has been connected in the Western world to a very small segment, is the sexual flow, but that is not correct. It is something, Tantra means going to the higher connection. Then Panchatantra, here, this is a very important thing, that 5 types of Tantra, where you go beyond your 5 senses, that is like going beyond the 5 elements. So these were also Panchatantras. Then Puranas. Puranas means the old stories, what they were talking. There are different Puranas. Then Itihas, history, Darshana. These two are our main thing right now. In Itihas, the real true history is Mahabharat, from where the main portion comes is Bhagavad Gita, which is nothing but the main Shastra of yoga. How yoga evolved. You can see the complete chart from where to where it is coming. In Mahabharat, there is Bhagavad Gita as our yoga Shastra, main yoga Shastra. Then you can see there are some Puranas and all that. We need not to go there. Right now we come back into, like you can see, the Tantras also is spoken by the three gunas, Rajas, Tamas and Sattva also. Darshana, you can see the last one. Here is the Darshan, which is just at the last. There are 6 darshan now at the bottom, you can see. Vedanta and Mimamsa, the first 2. Metaphysics, hermeneutics. Gemini and Vyas are the main rishi. They are connected to this, where they started. These 2 go together. Nyaya means the logic. For that, the main rishi is Gautam Rishi. Then Vaishishyak, metaphysics. Again, this is by Maharishi Kanad. These go together. Then Yoga and Sankhya, which you can see. Yoga, now they are saying Patanjali, but it is long back also. Patanjali is one of the rishi who has reorganized the yogic system. Yoga is more older, but here they have given the main emphasis to Maharishi Patanjali. Then Sankhya, Maharishi Kapila, metaphysics. Now, these are the 6 darshan which are originating from the Vedic. You can see the Vedic knowledge. These are the flow. Let me make the slide small now. Now, anyone has any question? This was a brief, very brief introduction towards the Vedic knowledge or the history of yoga, so that we understand at a glance how yoga is in front of us today. So, Ma Abhanand, you may please go ahead.
Hari Om Guruji.
Hari
Thank you
Om.
very much. I'm just curious because everybody says different things about Sanskrit, and you mentioned it was flawless today. And I was wondering, does that mean that it's without exceptions?
I am not sure at this moment, but they say this is Dev Bhasha. Let me write the word in Sanskrit again. This is the meaning, divine language. And divine is flawless. And whatever you write, you speak. Like in English, we got many times some doubts. Sometimes they say that psychology, P is silent. If D-O do, then G-O go. No, G-O go. So what you are saying, now immediately D is saying something. Now the same D has to be silent or not in other words. So many of the things what you are writing are not matching with what you are speaking in different languages. But in Sanskrit, what you write, you speak. And that is why I was also reading somewhere that NASA is planning the next generation computer language in Sanskrit, because they found Sanskrit is the flawless language. So this could be something very great and good news for all of us to go deep into it to understand. Right? Very good, Mahava. Thank you.